Hello, Zero Show committee members, Wendy, Katie, and anyone else that gets involved in this email database building project. This is Randy McDonald, committee member. Okay, so here is a step-by-step how-to list on how to build this database. Okay, so this you see here in front of your eyes is the Zero Show email database tracking spreadsheet in Google Sheets, the Excel spreadsheet equivalent of the Google Docs. So anyways, what I have gone and done here is put in the various agencies that I've gotten through this directory here, which is the Toronto Design Directory. And basically, the information we have here is incomplete. We need for email databases. We have what we need in terms of the domain of each company, and we have the location and the size of the company and so forth. But we do not have any email addresses, so we have to build them one by one, and here's how we do it. Okay, so I'm going to start with one of them that is called the Hive Advertising. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to look up the Hive. Okay, so there it is. Now I'm going to click on it and it brings me to their website. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the website domain, the Hive Inc., and I'm going to go back in my spreadsheet and I'm going to put it right here. Okay, so all email addresses for the Hive Inc. will end with that, Hive Advertising, thehiveinc.com. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is we want to try and find the format of the email addresses in the agency. They will all be the same for every person that's there. So if we know one email address format, we know them for all the people. Okay, so I'm going to go back to their website here. So the first thing I want to do is hunt around their website and try and find a email address of an employee that works there. Okay, so best place to usually go is to contact us. Now, as you can see here, there is nothing here, so I'm going to go to About, and we want to try and find people that work here. Okay, so not here either. So the third way that we can do it is by doing this. We go into Google, so we go to google.com and we type out @hiveinc.com and then hit enter. Simply the @ and then the domain of the agency, and then and that's it. And then what this will actually do is bring up results for us that have the @hiveinc.com email address in it somewhere. Now, so what we'll do is we're going to search for this, the hiveinc.com in this page and try and find something down here. Okay, so we're going to look, and there's nothing on this first page, so we are going to go to the next page. Okay, so here you can see right off the bat there is one right there. Okay, so tlogan@thehiveinc.com. So there we've done it. We've got and we've found now the format, which is the first initial of the first letter of the first name and then last name at thehiveinc.com. Okay, so I'm going to go and take that email address so I remember the format, and then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to plunk it in under the sample email category here. Okay, so that is my guide for creating subsequent email addresses. Now, what I do next is I am going to go into LinkedIn and the source of all things resumes, and I'm going to type out the Hive Advertising, and I'm going to start at the beginning. Okay, now keeping in mind that this is a large, well, it's a 50 to 200 person shop, so I'm going to look for anything that's the Hive Advertising that's clearly Toronto. Okay, so I'm going to type out just Hive and go for it. Okay, so I'm going to search now on this page in Google Chrome here. So I'm going to go Hive. So I'm just going to look now. That's not it, Blue Hive. So we want to watch out for ones that don't match. So I'm just simply going to be looking for, now this is most likely one. So Tracy Chang is account supervisor at the Hive Strategic Marketing Inc. We want all people at these agencies. We never know if their resume is current. All we know is that we know that they're at this company. They may have switched positions. So all people at these agencies are valid, because they, even if they're not creative directors, they're account people, they are certainly good prospects for coming to this event, for passing along our information to their creative directors, to the partners, etc. Okay, so we're going to put this one in to start. Okay, so Tracy Chang. So we've got our format here. So I'm just going to copy and paste that over. So it's going to be tchang@thehiveinc.com. Okay, so you see how it follows the same format as the T Logan one, tchang@thehiveinc.com. We've got our first email address. Okay, so moving on, we're going to go for more, as many as we can find. So here, now this appears to be another one. Now this is actually probably not our company, because you can see that this man is from Egypt. Okay, there's evidently other agencies in the world that are called Hive, so we are going to skip this one. Okay, so moving on, again, there's another one for Egypt, a copywriter, so we're going to skip that. Okay, here again, Vancouver, skip it. So we just keep going until one of them matches what we're looking for. Okay, so that's the last one on this page. So we are going to go next. Okay, and then resume our search. So Egypt again, not, no. Greece, no, no. And so we want to be wary of people where it says past. Okay, so this person was a marketing freelancer at the Hive. Okay, is no longer there. Okay, so we keep going. And so CEO founder at the Hive Advertising. So again, this is not someone we want because they are in San Francisco. Okay, so let's keep moving. Good to go through about 10 of these pages. You never know when these people are going to pop up. Okay, so here, now I'm not sure if this Blue Hive Canada is the same as the Hive. Anyways, this is something that you know, you can look on at a case-by-case basis. It appears that it's simply, I don't know. So I'm just going to go after. Here's a person that's with Grip, for instance. So, you know, I am inclined to think that they are, the Blue Hive is part of this. So I'm just going to look up actually and see what the deal with this Blue Hive is and see if it's the same person, so, or same company. Blue Hive Canada. See, I think that this is definitely a different agency. Yeah, okay, so it's a different agency, so I confirm that. So I'm just going to skip anything that's to do with Blue Hive for now. I can add it to my list, but I'm going to skip it for my purposes here. Okay, so past, okay, so this person here, Steve DiLorenzo, is past creative director at the Hive Inc. Okay, so he is not there anymore. In fact, well, it looks like he actually may be. If I go back, sometimes this is a little obscure here because you've got to look at each one here. It doesn't say where he's with now. So he is a possibility of still being a creative director at the Hive, so I'm going to put him down, okay, because it doesn't say what his current position is. He may still be there, okay. Some of these are just a little vague, and you've got to kind of play detective a bit. So I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet and enter him in. Okay, so it's Steve DiLorenzo. Don't worry about the case. It's irrelevant. Upper, lowercase, doesn't matter. It's all the same. It'll all work. Okay, there's another one. All right, now. So let's keep going here. Creative director at Arrival. See, this is clearly somebody that is a past person at the Hive, so we're no longer interested in them. Past Cool Hunter account manager, not there anymore. Okay. Producer at the Hive, nope. Okay, so really you get the idea. We just want to find people that are currently at the Hive. This person is a past account supervisor contract at the Hive. Who knows? They may still be there. They may have this email address still active. So we're going to put them down anyway, these ones where it's not staying where they are. Okay. So that's basically how it's done. I'll just finish putting this in here for this person here. This Tanya Grenville. Okay, so all right. And again, it's the same format for all the email addresses at the company. The trick is just finding out who the people are at this company. Okay. Okay. Now, if we've got an agency where we want to get more emails and we don't find that there's that many through LinkedIn, such as we're finding here, what we do again is this. We will go to good old trusty Google, and we will just simply Google at thehiveinc.com. Okay, this is a tremendously powerful technique for finding email addresses, because Google indexes everything it can get its fingers on. So we're going to be looking for the Hive Inc. in the search results, and they will come up, believe you me, in sources that are not in LinkedIn. Okay, so there's nothing on the first page. I'm going to go to the second page. All right. So there's the T Logan that we got earlier, Hive Inc. Okay, so here's another one. And again, we don't really care what the name of these people are. Actually, you know what? I screwed up there. I will fix this. I made the email addresses. We have to make them conform to the T Logan at the Hive. So it's first and letter of the first name and last name at thehiveinc.com. So I'm going to go and fix these email addresses right here. Okay. So this can be your own little self-reference checklist. So it's instead of steve.dilorenzo at thehiveinc.com, it's going to be Steve DiLorenzo at thehiveinc.com. Okay, so I'm going to go fix that. This is going to become, rather than Tanya.Grenville, it'll be T Grenville at thehiveinc.com. Okay, so we'll keep going here. Okay, so that's it for that page. And again, go for about 10 pages, you know, in Google search results. There's another one, R Shaver. Okay, you never know where these will pop up. They can pop up anywhere on the web, and Google indexes them. Okay, so, all right. So let's see. And R Shaver, okay. There's another one. So as you can see, if you just keep at this, you know, and do, you know, 10, 20 a day type thing, that within 2 weeks, you know, today's April 1st and I'm recording this, if we are all working on this and doing 10, 20 a day, you know, we will have 300 or 400 within 2 weeks if we just keep to this schedule. So I'm just going to do one more as an example agency to illustrate. Okay, so 6 Degrees Advertising. Okay, so let's go and find this. Keep in mind, TorontoDesignDirectory.com is the Bible for this little mission here. So let's find this agency in here. So 6 Degrees. 6 Degrees. Okay, there we go. Okay, so they are on Bloor Street Advertising. So let's click it on. Now we know their domain, so it's sdeg.ca. Okay, so I'm going to plunk that in right here. And actually, to make it a little bit easier on myself, I'm going to just go and populate the rest of the little slots here for the emails so that I can just plug them in as I go, as I get the names. Okay, so now we want to find the we want to find the format of the emails in this company. Okay, so we're at the 6 Degrees website. Okay, so again, we go to the contact us page. That's, you know, often where we'll find it. There's none, so we just go to the about. You know, looks like there's one for the team. So here are the people. So here's your key dudes. Okay, so right there we go. So we don't even have to go to LinkedIn for the top people here. Okay, so we can see here that this guy's a partner, Tom Green. His email address is right there at the bottom left. You see in the bottom left of the corner, it says mail2:tgreen@6degrees.ca. Okay, so we've already got that now. So all we do in this scenario like this is we go copy email address, right click, copy email address, go into our first we'll put it into here for our sample email, and then we're going to go and paste it into our slot here, and it is done. Now we will go back and do it for all of these people. Okay, so right here, copy email address for Dave Sharp. Bam. Okay, and for all of these people. Okay, so Troy Young, we gotcha. And now we need not stop at these people necessarily. You never know if they're out of town, if they are interested, if they're not. Everyone at an agency should be getting these. Ideally, we want to target just the creative directors, but you know, there's no reason we can't be getting account people and so forth if these names come up. Okay, so I'm just going to get the last person here, Scott Park. And right back. Cooking there. I'm back. All right, so again, we go back into our LinkedIn and we type out 6 Degrees advertising. All right, it comes up there, and again, we're looking for names. So here, art director at 6 Degrees Integrated Communications, Carlos Lopez. Okay, so we already know the format, so we're going to go and fire in Carlos Lopez into our thing here. So keeping in mind that it's the first letter of the first name and then last name at 6deg.ca. So C Lopez, again, case sensitive, irrelevant, whatever case, don't matter. Okay, and let's see here. So no, okay, so we want to be looking for the 6 Degrees. Okay, so these are all past positions. Web developer at 6 Degrees Advertising. Okay, so no name for that guy, so skip. Operations manager at 6 Degrees Advertising. Okay, so this guy, now this guy may be, who knows, this guy may be a remote operations person. He may be an outsourced person overseas that this agency has hired. In some cases, you simply do not know. So because it's a senior name, it's use your discretion. I will, in this case, I will leave him out just because it's unlikely that an operations person would be overseas. If you saw a freelance copywriter or art director or something like that where they might be overseas, or a web developer who is considered an employee just not physically living in Toronto area, then that's more plausible. But an operations manager, unlikely. Okay, so let's move along here. Creative leadership with passion. So Gary Watson. So this guy's definitely one. Okay, so we're going to take in Gary and fire him on in to our spreadsheet again. Okay, so really pretty simple. Okay, so I'll just make this the last one I do. Now, you can just go in and get as many as you can from the website of the client, starting the LinkedIn, getting the names and billing them one by one, and then doing a Google search with the @ sign and then the domain, finding all those pages. You know, I would say definitely get 5 to 10 per agency. It all depends on the size of the agency. If you look here in the in each one of these, you're going to see some key bits of information. First, you're going to see the name of the agency. You're going to see the year that it was started, and then the size of it. So in this case, 6 Degrees Advertised, it was started in 2009, and then the size of the agency is 51 to 200 people. Okay, so the larger the agency, the more you're going to want to search. Okay. The more that there's going to be different creative directors, associate creative directors, you know, all these different titles, and so the longer the search you would want to be. Whereas if you go to, and you know, and then here's one, that 1,000 to 5,000 employees. So definitely, and then here's taxi, for instance, 200 to 500 employees. So, so these are the ones that you definitely want to go in and spend some time getting multiple emails for. Taxi has actually recently done some work with Humber. I know that they were involved in the Canadian Tire project, that they had some students. I know one of the copywriters, Justin, was involved with this. So basically, this is how it's done. If you have any questions, just simply rewatch this video, and your information should be here. So again, just to recap, there's 3 sources for emails: the agency website itself, second, the LinkedIn for the names of the people at the agency, and third, Google, typing out the domain of the agency and searching like that and looking in search results for email addresses. So again, any problems, rewatch this video. Other than that, you can contact me through Facebook, Randy McDonald. I'm part of the committee, and rock and roll. So anyways, let's get this moving, and we'll have a great Xero show.